What's up, TikTok? So here I am, finally. Like I promised, we were going to talk about mother wounds and father wounds. And today I'm going to start off with the father wound. You used to hear about this back in the 90s. They called it daddy issues. And it affects both males and females. Both the masculine and the feminine can have the father wound. And it shows up similarly, but it also shows up a little different. So we're going to start out with the daughter, the feminine, who has the father wound, because your girl right here. I've been working on it. First step is recognizing it, then you can work on it. But yeah, so the father wound and the mother wound, they both occur when there was a parental, whoever had that parental role in your life. It doesn't have to be your biological parents, but whoever was supposed to, fulfill that father role or that mother role for you. And they had their own issues, and you ended up getting wounded in the process. Sometimes it's neglect, sometimes it's abuse, sometimes it's helicopter parenting, that too. So, anyhow, let's start out with how the daughter is affected through life in the mother wound. And mind you, these are my observances, my opinions. I am not licensed, I'm not a licensed psychologist. So feel free to add anything that you have to add in the chat. Let's have a discussion. So here we go. The father wound in the feminine. Daddy issues, yeah. Yeah, daddy issues. And usually what you see in that is you see that feminine chasing validation, especially from a man. I used to do that in my younger years. I got married very, very young. I was only 18 years old when I married my first husband. And we had a large family in today's times, 4 children. I was trying to build a family and build what I never had, or what I felt like I was lacking as a child. But one thing about the feminine, when it comes to the father wound, she is a lot more apt to accept unhealthy patterns, toxic behaviors. She's more willing to overlook it, stick around for it. She accepts breadcrumbs, just any bit of love and validation just sends her over the moon. She is a people pleaser, and one of the things that I realized that I did for many, many, many years is that the hardest person in the room, I don't care if it was work, if it was friends, if it was family, the hardest person in the room, I'm trying to win them over. And that's just not normal. That's not normal. Like the toughest nut to crack in the whole place, I was going to do it. You'll see some perfectionist type behaviors, just basically just trying to prove your worth to the world and to yourself. So this is how some of the ways that I have seen the father wound affect the feminine. I've also seen it to where, especially as a young girl, girls can tend to be very promiscuous. That's one of the ways I think most people know it. But just looking for love in all the wrong places. But the thing about these women too is that they tend to attract the avoidant. The avoidant in a relationship is basically your person who is just shut off emotionally. They can give a little bit, but they can't completely open up and be their self. They can't have these deep emotional conversations because those emotions are too uncomfortable for them to feel. And then what happens with this feminine, she becomes the anxious attached. And she is just anxiously just trying to make this work, make this work, make this work, pull things out of this avoidant, trying to make them love her, make them be closer to her. And I'm going to tell you, in my 50 years on this planet, I have learned you can't make nobody do shit. You just can't. People are going to do what they want to do, and you have to decide what you're going to tolerate and what you're not. I hope this helps. Go to part 2, and this is going to be the father wound in the son.